What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video I'm going to show you how to beat Apocalypse and all 4 Horsemen at the same time. If you do this correctly, you should be able to break 100,000 and beat the last task of the Mastery over Death. After this, you're given both of Iceman's Horsemen of Death alternate costumes. The first time I completed this, I scored somewhere around 141,000. But for this second video, I went ahead and ran it one more time and kind of changed up my technique a little bit. Still, if you do follow some of the things that I show you in this, you should be able to beat them pretty easily and get that score challenge. Now, before you even see my weapon setup, I want to tell you you don't have to copy it exactly. And as far as the heroes, the most important one is Quicksilver. You can exchange Havoc for any other huge damage character. But Quicksilver is pretty crucial, and I'll show you why. He's going to give you those first 2 turns. The first time I completed the score challenge, this was pretty difficult because all the Horsemen went first. But this same strategy works either way. As long as you have Quicksilver on your team, he should get the first 2 turns. Then on his turns, you're going to want to check for either a Quantum Elixir, a Chrono Booster, or a Chrono Accelerator. The first time I completed the score challenge, I used Quantum Elixirs, and that's because I had over 80. In this video I used a Chrono Boost. What this item does is for 4 rounds, you gain haste, so you take 2 actions a round. To find this, you go to your defense tab, and then you scroll over and there it is, the Chrono Accelerator and the Chrono Boost. With my agent's first turn, I basically just debuffed. Then with Havoc's first turn, I'm going to use Plasma Spheres, so I want to set up his level 2. The main person that I wanted to take out, and the way I did it the first time, was to kill Beast. So you could either do this with Havoc or your agent. I'm going to use the No Mercy, which I didn't even have the first time around. You could use any high damage item you have, or anything like an Arc Reactor Charge or something that'll boost your damage and is a quick action, and then use that along with an item like the Custom 4-Bore, or whatever high damage item you may have. So just use that combination on Beast, and make sure you finish him off, hopefully in one shot. Next, use your other high damage hero to kill the other Horseman rogue. After you do this, you can go ahead and rest your characters, because they may have kicks like a mule. You can use items to go ahead and restore your health and stamina or anything like that. Just make sure you use this opportunity to regain all your health and get ready for the next round. My problem in this particular battle was that I ended up counterattacking too much, so I didn't get a chance to rest up. This kind of did provide a little bit of a problem going into the second wave. But even so, Quicksilver is going to get the first 2 actions, and I'm going to use that for items. Now first things first, we still have that haste from the Chrono Boost. So I'm going to restore stamina to my entire team. Then I want to show you another trick that maybe you didn't know about. You can go head over to the Chrono Accelerator and use it even on top of that haste. So watch this, we already have 2 turns in a row with our agent, and now we're going to give him 4. This should greatly help you out, but for me, since I wasn't able to rest last round, I still have a long cooldown on both of my best items. This is where I actually wish I had something like the axe instead, so your weapon or item setup might actually be better than mine for this. What I will do is use the Memento on all 3 enemies, and then I could also use my 4th and final turn to put a Chrono Accelerator on Havoc. Once again, not resting at the end of the first wave really hurt me, because Havoc is still stunned. The first time I beat this, I was actually wearing the Empowered Bruiser armor. So yeah, I'm not sure which setup I liked best, because I didn't use all these Chrono items, I actually only used a few Quantum Elixirs. So my first setup might have been more powerful. Still, I wanted to try out the new Horseman set, and I do have 3 of the items so far. Also, I do plan on making a video about this set later this week, so if you're thinking about getting the weapon or using this set, you'll want to check that out for my opinion, and also I will show it in game, of course. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and use that Chrono Accelerator on Havoc like I mentioned. Sadly, he's going to be stunned for his first turn, and then we will get his second. I'm going to use his level 6 to set him up, and then it's going to be Apocalypse's turn, so let's see what he does. I'll be honest with you, all these Horsemen are pretty tough, especially War. I really hate facing her, especially with an Infiltrator. That's why I think you should go Empowered Bruiser if you want to set that up. The counterattack didn't even really help me, it actually made me not able to rest. So I do regret having it. Now this is the other questionable moment, because I do hit Iceman with that epic overkill. And now I have to deal with War, who's probably the most deadly character. I was really worried once she started attacking. At first I thought I was going to be fine. But once you see all her bleeds and her procs coming up, you start to think maybe she's going to drop a character. And once one of your teammates is KO'd, it's pretty much game over for your score. Fortunately, we do make it through, and we're going to get Quicksilver's turns to heal. And that brings me to one other thing that is a problem for me right now. I have no lost pages. Hopefully you're in a much better position as far as that. It's such a valuable item, and I have to get a few of them. I must have made the mistake of selling some of them. Now at this point I could use another accelerator or something like that, but instead I'm just going to use a Shawarma. And then with my agent, I'm going to go ahead and use his Infiltrator Power Armor ability. And then I'm going to use the No Mercy on Apocalypse. This sword can hit so hard, but it's not a guaranteed crit because I don't have 4 pieces. That's another reason why Epiphany comes in really handy, and you can get that from the Neurotrope. Also, Beast can give your whole team Epiphany. And of course, there's plenty of other ways to gain guaranteed crits. For one, you could place Weak Point on the enemy, and there's plenty of abilities and weapons that do that. And to be honest, I'm pretty happy with 3 pieces of the set. Then that will give you 1 slot for something else that you may want to use. But don't get me wrong, I do want that daily weapon as well. At this point, since I have so many turns, I'm going to start getting rid of this bleed. I'm preparing for the next round, so I'm going to go ahead and use another Hemostatic Spray. Then with Havoc, I'm going to go ahead and Epic Overkill War. With my agent's items off of cooldown, I should be able to finish Apocalypse with the No Mercy. Or I could just wait for Havoc to get another turn. Now we do have low stamina, so I'm going to use Channel Energy. We get all our stamina back. Then it's time for that overpowered Plasma Wave. And I mean that in a good way. It's one of the best abilities for finishing someone with an epic overkill. Havoc pretty much never fails to do that. Now on to the last wave of the battle. We'll go ahead and just heal ourselves back up. And I'm looking for a team restore. Then I'm just going to go ahead and let it play out. If you need to use another Chrono Accelerator or a Quantum Elixir, just go ahead and do so. There's absolutely no penalty for using items. In fact, you gain a bonus. That means you can only help your score. Alright, so we're softening Apocalypse up, and now it's going to be our agent's turn. He has everything off of cooldown, so we're going to use the Oblivion, then the Neurotrope, and the reason why is because it does give us Epiphany. The next attack is a guaranteed crit, and if you use that before the Oblivion, well, you basically wasted it. And now hopefully we can get the last hit with the No Mercy. Although the safest bet for an epic overkill would be Havoc. Still, this is going to do quite a bit of damage, and that's going to be the end of the battle. Now let's go on to our score and see what we got. Remember, the challenge is to get over 100,000 points. And it looks like our final score is 146,070. Perfection. And we beat our first score by about 5,000. That's going to be the end of the video, and I really hope it helped. I wish you all the best of luck in defeating Apocalypse. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck, and take care.